Hello everybody, it is Ebontis, and just wanted to do a quick run through of XUR for everybody. The legendary weapons, nothing too exciting here. If you're looking for craftable frames, Peace of Mind is craftable, Blood Feud is craftable, and Fire and Forget, those are craftable frames. The high impact reserves, Headstone one, I mean, you know, you could have a little fun with that one, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to be like a god roll, even though if it is a fun weapon to use. So if you don't have like, you know, a Stasis linear, not a horrible one to pick up. Sojourner's Tale, Timeline's Vertex, not a bad little fusion rifle here for PvP, if you want one. Not got the best perks in the world, does have range. And then you've got increased to range and some handling with lead from gold and backup plan. It's okay, but it is still a decent PvP fusion rifle, even though you've got some better ones now. Again, it's hard to recommend a lot of the legendary weapons, mostly because you can craft better ones, or the perks typically just are not that great, like auto-loading holster and harmony on a pulse rifle, triple tap and elemental on, unfortunately, this submachine gun just should be better. Tireless blade and vorpal, that's okay, and then not a bad little pulse rifle, but there's so many better ones now. Hawkmoon, you do have moving target with polymer grip, alloy mag, and polygonal rifling, so little handling, little stability boost with moving target, not a bad one. I do feel at some point Hawkmoon's going to be crafted, so you're going to wait around for final shape. You'll probably have that available for crafting pattern and exotic mission rotators, that kind of thing. For your exotics, though, you've got a 65 for the Hunters. 12 mobility, recovery at 19, intellect at 20, strength at 10. This is a PvP exotic, no question. Buff sprint, slide, and jumping. I know it's been nerfed a little bit, but if you don't own one, you still probably should. And as this has a decent spread on stats for a PvP situation, not a bad one to go after. Armamentarium at a 62. You're wasting some on mobility. You've got discipline, which is what this thing is all about, but I've seen way better armamentariums. You can probably just skip that. Now, a 67 Phoenix Protocol. If you don't have Phoenix Protocol, you probably should, because you gain super energy for Well of Radiance, get some of that back a little bit quicker. It's a good thing to have. Based around a super, it does have intellect in it. Has a ton of resilience, which for PvE in and of itself isn't a bad thing. It is 28 and 18, so if you masterwork this one, you're sitting at 30 and 20, and then 10 for strength. I could see more recovery being beneficial, but if you're looking to boost up some resilience, and this is very much about PvE and survival, this may not be a bad roll, actually. Even if it is a 67 with a lot of resilience, you may want some of that for a PvE build. So Phoenix Protocol, actually probably decent, and then Stompy's also decent. Earlier players, if you've got a god roll already, you probably don't need them, but if you haven't seen these before, definitely haven't picked them up, you can do way worse. Armamentarium, though, you can skip. As for the legendary armor, the Titan, you've got a 64, but again, I don't like wasting on mobility. Same thing here. Now, 65 with resilience, recovery, and discipline, and a little bit of intellect. Not bad, honestly. You've got a lot of discipline, recovery, and resilience. This would almost lean more into a PvP-like situation, but still not too shabby either way for a new player to get some grenade, health recovery, and resilience. Put your mod into resilience, and you're sitting pretty good. And boots, nothing wasted on mobility, 67 stat roll, resilience recovery. More intellect than I'd probably like to see, as the abilities are more beneficial with discipline and strength, but you've got some in both of those, and again, nothing wasted on mobility with a 67 total. Decent, definitely one to consider depending on what you're rolling with right now. So that's the Titans. Helmet and boots, decent. All right, for the Warlock, you got a 65. Now, Warlocks do want recovery, not gonna lie, but if you're looking for a PvE resilience bump, discipline, strength, resilience, that's it. There are very few pieces of gear that are this spiky, and a 65, one to consider for sure. If nothing else, it might fit into a specific build you're going for. 64, recovery, discipline, intellect, it's fine. Don't know if it's like that exciting, but it's fine. Again, 64, massive resilience, and then discipline, intellect, strength, kind of even. And then here you got a 64 with recovery and intellect. Depends on, you know, your intellect build. I don't typically like intellect that much because you get your super typically from damage more than anything else. So not really that great. But the Warlock gauntlets, yeah, you might want to buy those and just leave them in the vault because they may work out to make a very specific build. They're kind of unique looking. For the Hunter legendary armor, we've got a 63 gauntlets, not really the greatest looking. A 67 I wouldn't sleep on though. Mobility, recovery, discipline, not too shabby. 67 here as well, little less exciting because no mobility, higher recovery. More of a PvE roll if you're going for that one, maybe. And then boots at a 68, resilience, recovery, intellect, and strength. Maybe pick it up because it might be worth like a PvE build, you know, fill in a gap somewhere, possibly. But pretty decent looking chest piece. Overall, you've got some decent pieces for everybody. Exotics, I wouldn't sleep on the Phoenix Protocol and the Stompies. Weapons, if you're just looking for craftable frames, maybe you can work on unlocking some of those if that's what you are going for. And then honestly, the Cerberus Plus one, I wish this was better, but to me, you could buy it for a collection, but that's about it. That's XUR for the week of September 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I'll see you guys next week. Probably hanging out over the weekend, though, so have a good one, everybody. And if you're new to the channel, enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell. Hope you guys are enjoying all Destiny and everything else I'm covering right now. Have a good one.